Oop. What's up, Tom? What's going on, man? Bro? Bruh? What's going on, bruh? I don't know if that's how you recognize, but I'm gonna go with that. Getting some writing in. Been on a roll lately. I thought when I was in Philly I was not gonna be able to write. I wrote a lot those couple 3 days. So the only day I really took off was what day did I not write? I think might have written every day. Oh, Friday, Saturday I did not write. Friday was a travel day. Saturday was the book signing, and then the rest of the travel. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, killed it. Getting things ready for MondoCon, getting things packed for moving, getting slammed at work, getting ready for my birthday weekend. Happy birthday if I don't see you. Where are you guys moving to? How did the RV thing work out? I'm going to guess it did not work out. When is your birthday? Ugh. No RV yet. The ones we've seen used are crap. Moving more towards the New York Middletown area for now. Birthday is Sunday. Perfect. Well, if I don't see you, happy birthday. Which I'm going to guess I'm not going to see you on Sunday. I hope you do something fun. How old will you be? I don't even know how old you are. Some friend I am. And I know what's going to happen. I'm only asking because Shelly's going to... I'm going to go, oh, Tom's birthday Sunday. And she'll go, oh, how old is Tom? And I'm going to go, I don't know. And she'll go, well, find out how old he is. Well, all right, whatever. That's the problem. People are selling their RVs because it's like, okay, we've used this thing for a year or two, or we've used it 3 times, and it's been sitting in a driveway somewhere, and now it smells really, really bad, like dirty socks. So We'll try to sell it to the guy who wrote the book Socks. Not sure how old I am either. 1978. 46? You're younger than me. You're younger than Shelley as well. I mean, you look awful, but at least you know you're younger. Well, hopefully Jess does something nice for you. And by nice, I'm talking about a sexual act. I will be 55 in November. Double nickels. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm old. I'm fat. Tell me ahead of time there's no chance of us doing anything sexual, and I think I'll be happy with that. Just make me some baked ziti. Make me a tray of baked ziti instead. We'll call it a wash. Baked ziti is sexual. You know what? I'm going to be totally honest with you. The way my wife makes it, yes, it is. So I came back from Pennsylvania, that 14-hour ride back. Me and Shelley, we had a really good talk about my career and what the hell I'm doing wrong and what I need to be doing. So I'm focused. I'm tightening everything up. I'm writing the 11th of 12 books that's what I'm working on right now, for Severed Press, with my goal to get this shit done. And to be honest with you, I think this is going to be the book I want to get done. I'm 3,000 words into a 30,000 word book. So between now and MondoCon, I'm going to work on this every day. And then at MondoCon, you and I are going to get a lot of chapters done. From the time you get here, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to get a lot done. Try to get this second book close to completed, but I also want to get this thing close to completed as well. And then just concentrate on my board and all of my thriller stuff. So there you go. Not taking on anything else at all. I mean, I might do some short stories, but otherwise, get these last 2 Severed Press books done, and then I'm done. I'm done with horror books. Especially once I started crunching the numbers. And Shelley started telling me, well, that's not a lot of money. Compared to other stuff you should be writing and making. And I kind of screwed up stuff in the last year or so by basically writing the wrong stuff. Writing the stuff I want to write instead of the stuff that's going to make me money, and I still want to write. So hopefully MondoCon will be a nice kick in the ass for you. You will get back into the groove. We will have nothing to... you'll have no distractions, no problems, none of that. And we will just blow through and get stuff done. People will rip through thrillers. Now it seems in order to get people reading your stuff, it has to be gross out awful carnage. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. All the stuff I read, thriller-wise, is not that, which is good. I think we're going to do well with this trilogy because of the tropical author stuff. So if this is way more in line, yeah, the horror field, gross. Yeah, I write old school horror, and it just is not. It's not selling like it used to. But in the thriller stuff, I'm still in that focus, and I think the tropical author stuff, whenever it's something that is in line with what Wayne Stinnett and Nick Harvey and Doug Pratt and all those guys are doing, I think it does well. And I think what we're doing will definitely do well and get us some sales. And so there you go. And then again, at some point, if you want to do another trilogy after that, we'll do something up. We're not going to push you. I know you got a lot of shit on your plate, but let's get through these 3 books and then see what happens. And that is my focus. And then going to BoucherCon at the end of August to be able to meet a lot of these thriller authors and stuff, I think will be re-energizing for me. I did well at Vortex Books. He ordered in Hi, I'm Bigfoot, and Abandoned, and Dirty Deeds, and something else. I don't even remember. Anyway, those books all almost sold out. I had one copy of Chelsea Avenue that I had given to Dave, or Dave had bought one of those. And anyway, somebody bought it. But I ended up having, I think it was 41 books, and I think I signed 8 at the end. You got to order it from Ingram Bookstore. So if you can't order it from Amazon, you don't get the discount. And these books were, luckily Severed Press uses Ingram, and so that's where he got Abandoned and High on Bigfoot from. And then Dirty Deeds, I have it on Ingram. And I can't remember what the other book was now. I don't know why. So he orders it as a store, he orders it with the discount. But then he doesn't do returns. He basically just puts it on his shelf with all the signed books. And so I get paid through the sales. And then he runs it for regular price through the register. So everybody's happy, and I don't have to worry about bringing books with me. I didn't have to worry about people paying me or any of that stuff. So it worked out well. And he takes his discount and all that. So all good. And again, I sold more than 30 books, I think. So it was a nice day. I've already said that. Must be nice showing up without having to lug books in. Yeah, that was the nice part. I had no idea. He's like, "Oh, I'll figure out what do you want me to order?" I said, "Whatever you can order." I said, "I'm not bringing anything with me." I said, "Because we're traveling, it would end up being 15 hours up there." I said, so I'm not bringing anything with me, so just order whatever you're comfortable with, and then we'll sell it. So, and luckily he ordered horror books, except for Dirty Deeds, which I think sold the least. I think I had one high on Bigfoot left, and I think I had two abandoned left. So, damn, I can't remember what the third book was. I think it was another horror book, though. I'm gonna do. I don't know if you do Book Funnel. I'm gonna do. I do their giveaways thing, and there's one coming up for thriller box sets, and I think I'm gonna put our box set, the Heist box set, in it, and it would have to be on sale or something. It's just basically in the grouping, and I'm gonna put my First Coast Thrillers one in there as well. I'm gonna put those two in there, so hopefully it'll generate some sales. Because I don't know how and I don't know how those books are doing. I don't know how the box set is doing. I don't know how any of that is doing. But I would imagine, since you haven't said to me, "Hey, we just hit $1 million," I would imagine it's not doing $1 million worth of sales yet. So, yeah, it was nice just going up there and just sitting in the. Yeah, I figured it was slow. Well, it's also the summer. The summers are awful. And but I'm going to be doing more promotion on all of my thriller stuff, including our stuff, and then definitely when the next when this trilogy we're working on now comes out, then Tropical Authors Group will get behind it as well, which will be very, very nice. And the stuff I'm working on, the down and dirty stuff, is serial killer, so I'm getting that. The hope is I'm getting that Dan Padavona readership, except I screwed up and I didn't do rapid release on it. So those are things that have to happen, things that make you go hmm. Speaking of slow, where's Mr. Frank? I don't know, it's weird. It's like I can never get you and Frank on here at the same time. Yesterday it was just Frank and Nick, although then I look at my it's funny, then I look at the stream summary afterward and it says you had 11 people on. Like 11, only 2 people came on and talked. That was it. Today, so far, just you. I have 2 viewers, but that viewers could be in and out. Who knows? Who friggin' knows? I also lost like 3 or 4 subscribers as well. There's Mr. Frank. Speak of the devil, which I noticed that album from Ozzy Osbourne, Speak of the Devil, the live album with all the Sabbath stuff, is not on Spotify. And I'm not sure why, because I thought that was a great cassette back in the day. Listening to Brad Gillis playing Black Sabbath songs. There's Nick Zinn. It's like all the good people in Nick are here. I mean, all the good people are here. Mojo Nick Zinn. Oh, it was Wendy Dio who tried to make the sex with Piercy. I think it was I know it was Sharon Osbourne, but maybe that wasn't in the Piercy book. But yeah, yeah, Wendy Dio. That's probably right. In the you know what the problem is? It's like Wendy Dio and Sharon Osbourne and all them women are all a bunch of whores anyway, so it's very confusing. But yeah, you're probably right, and I think I mixed that one up. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't have sex with Wendy Dio or Sharon Osbourne unless I was getting money out of it. Then I would. Has anybody seen the Dio documentary yet? I have not seen it. I don't even know if it's on anything that I don't have to pay for. Is that like when Bruce Dickinson's bitch tried to nail Nikki Sixx? I did not hear that story. I did not know that was a thing. Although if it came from Nikki Sixx, it's probably a lie. Ooh, my stomach. I went and hung out with Wynn and the Amelia Island group. That's in the is it? I don't remember. I actually read that when it first came out. But all those, all those books after a while, they all kind of run in together. That book was very not for these times. He told a story about how he sat around laughing while one of the crew sexually assaulted some girl. Yeah. Nick only saw the movie. Well, you got a small taste of the crazy shit. On my way to hang out for breakfast at the coffee shop with the Amelia Island people, I had my Spotify on shuffle, and Saints of Los Angeles came up, and I'm thinking, man, these guys haven't lived this life in 20 years. Who are you kidding? This phrase to me too. I think that made that scene in the movie too, but they just inferred she was a rock star's girl without names. I don't know. I'm sure there was a lot of that going on back in the day. Nikki Sixx is slamming down the wheatgrass shots nowadays. I know, they all just look very weird and old. Like all of them. I mean, because they are all weird and old. It's like their better days are way behind them. But I guess you could argue that for me and everybody else, my age and older anyway. Oof. A couple cups of coffee, and then when I came home, I made myself a Caesar salad. Hail Caesar. Because I ate too much yesterday, and I felt... I went to bed feeling very nauseous. Like, why am I overeating? Why did I eat 6 Entenmann's Devil's Food Cake donuts yesterday? I was going to tell you why. Because they're delicious. They're my favorite donut in the whole wide world. The whole wide world. And I guess not every area has Entenmann's Devil's Food Cake donuts, which I find odd. They are delicious, though. Did you see the Golden Girls meme? But it's John Bon Jovi, Stephen Thomas, Sebastian Bach, and Armand. No, but that seems funny. So apparently there's some article that I started to read on Instagram, and then I got a phone call, and then when you go back, it's just gone. Basically, John Bon Jovi, I don't know if he talked about this yet, John Bon Jovi basically telling Lizzie Hale, you need to join Skid Row full time. You need to do this. And then somebody in an interview was like, why are you so hell-bent on them getting Lizzie Hale? Like, what do you care? And he admitted that he still owns a part of Skid Row. He's like an equal member of the band. He makes money, but he doesn't make money off of touring or anything. He makes money off of album sales. And he still owns the first album, basically. I thought that was interesting, because I'm like, oh, he knows if Lizzie Hale joins, a lot of idiots are going to buy whatever if she sings on an album with them. Even though I think it would sound like shit, it's just one of those things. A proverbial hoot. I read that. Yeah, Mr. Frank Osso, see? So, there you go. I read most of the article, but then I got a phone call. I always hate that. You go on, like, Instagram, and the first thing that pops up is, like, I'm like, oh, I want to read. Oh, it's gone. Oh, and I'm never gonna find that again. And I don't remember enough about it to Google it, to use the Google machine. I watched the Shark Week. I watched the Makozilla one last night. That was alright. Then I watched another one, and I don't remember which one, and it was just like, okay, so, they're going to get in the cage, and okay, they're going to test their theory of, or do sharks like to eat? Something stupid like that. I think it's just the first album he gets his beak wet, but it's a very wet beak. I watched the Expedition Guy one. I haven't watched that one yet. I have it taped. Every time I click on search on Instagram, a bunch of bouncing booby videos shows up. Then I forget what I was searching for. You're probably searching for bouncing boobies. Yeah, Expedition Unknown. Yeah, I have not seen that one because Shelley, even though it's a shark one, Shelley still likes Josh Gates. So I'm going to hold off. She's supposed to be home tonight, around midnight. But then her sister's supposed to get in the car and leave tomorrow for a week or 8 days or something. But knowing her sister, she probably won't get in the car tomorrow morning since she's flying in from Houston. She had a couple of days, last 2 days she was in Houston for work. Then she's flying back to Jacksonville to get in the car tomorrow and drive to Dallas for a week because of her house, all the house stuff. They're finally putting her house back together. So there's something other than bouncing booties on Instagram. I am a big fan of the booties. Big fan of big booty. So then my wife will be home tonight, sleep in her own bed for not many days. She'll be able to do that, and then back to her mom's tomorrow. I'm hoping her sister doesn't leave till Sunday. That way, I can at least she'll be here tomorrow. And then she comes home on like the following Sunday, and then she'll be home Monday. She got to go to work, and then Monday night we need to clean, because then Tuesday Tom and Jess will be here, and Thursday Frank and Nick will be here. And then I think right after that, I think she got to go back to her mom's or something. I don't know. I feel bad for her. And her mother's dementia is getting worse and worse, so she has to deal with that as well. So tonight I'll watch another couple of shark episodes. I also watched Secret of Skinwalker Ranch last night, and a Beyond Skinwalker Ranch episode. I like the Beyond Skinwalker Ranch one more because it's not as corny, and the same BS stuff doesn't happen every episode. Different BS stuff happens, but not the same. So, but I have last week's episode, or I guess this week's episodes of both to watch. I'll probably watch those tonight and a couple of shark shows, and I'll be done. It is so confusing is right. Everything is confusing. Basically, just at night I just try to kill some time. And tonight I'm either I have some lunch meat left. I'm going to make a sandwich. I have one roll left. I'm going to just make a giant sandwich, or throw in my stuffed crust DiGiorno Supreme Pizza for dinner. I'm not sure which of those. The sandwich would obviously be better for me. I finished Hi, I'm Max Brooks Bigfoot. It was pretty good. Yeah. Once you get into the way it's written, I think it was a pretty good book. 5 stars for me. 4 stars for you. That's like 10 stars for everybody else. That is insane. I had somebody email me this morning and say, "Hey, I bought a copy of your Bigfoot book, the German version, and if I sent it to you, would you sign it and personalize it, and then send it back?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? As long as you're paying for shipping here and there, I'm all right with that." It wasn't the environmental preaching hippie thing I thought it might become. Yeah, that was. I was glad it was not that. I liked the Brooks Bigfoot book, but needed more weed. Well, yeah. I got just the book for you. Hi, I'm Bigfoot. That one has more weed in it. 82% more weed, I believe. Now, if you're looking for Bigfoot and he has socks, 0%. But there's a book called Socks. I don't know if it has Bigfoot in it, but there's socks in it. I believe, I don't remember the title of that book, but that's the one you need to read. That's a book I will never read. Wheatgrass drinking Bigfoots. Exactly. I'm sure those are out there. Although the way all these new horror authors are writing, it's more like Bigfoots are going to sexually assault people and rip them apart in 7 pages of graphic detail. Are there socks that fit Bigfoot? I think they're going to try, if you know what I'm saying. Look at his high colonics. Magnum socks. XXXL Magnum socks. And they're also ribbed for her pleasure. I don't know what that means. Page am I on here? I don't even know what page am I on. Second page. All right. Hi, I'm ribbed. If I was smart enough, I would have done a whole line of that book. Who's the guy who does, like, I saw a Bigfoot in the mall, or I saw a goat in the trash, like that guy. Next page, Mr. Frank, since Nick Zinn isn't paying attention. Next page. Bah. Excuse me. Whoa. That was Caesar salad coming back up. Hail Caesar. Oh, now Nick Zinn. Next page, Nick Zinn. Next page. We had 6 of us at our little coffee clutch this morning. You got to get it, or what is the purpose of you? What is the purpose of you in life? When my wife came home last night, she had to come home to get clothes. She had no clothes. Her mom's like, well, I got a washer and dryer. Just wash your clothes. She's like, what am I going to sit around naked while my clothes washes? I literally am wearing this outfit. So she came home for clothes and to take a shower. And then we talked about Nick Zinn getting married or not, having children or not. We really talked a lot about Nick and his girlfriend last night. I'm gonna be honest with you. Them big socks. Busy yourself with the next page guy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you were really good at it for a really long time, and now it's just like so hit or miss. It's like you don't even care. If your conversation is about me and my imaginary girlfriend, you all need new TV shows or such. The house I'm moving to is on a golf course in Montgomery, New York. I could learn the golf, but I won't. Yeah, don't do that. Golf is for those people. What's the name of the course? Mr. Frank has played on all of the courses in New York State, so maybe he knows somebody. He probably knows one of the Cabana boys. Oh, I know that course. Say hi to Raoul for me. He'll throw in an extra virgin daiquiri if you ask nicely. Scott's Corner. Oh, that's the worst golf. I hate that course. I've never played golf in my life, and I have no intention. No intention. I look down. This is what I look down on. I look down on people who play golf. I look down on people who are not Asian and use chopsticks. And I look down on people who buy Teslas. Now, you can rent a Tesla. That's on you. But don't buy a Tesla. Never heard of her. Let's see what you did there. Yeah. That one of the people that was at the thing this morning was the lady that pissed me off all the time, and I made her cry at the Amelia Island book signing back in like January, February. I hadn't seen her since, but she was totally nice to me, like overdoing and kissing my ass today. And then when we were leaving, she got into her Tesla, her white Tesla, and drove away. And I'm like, figures she's driving a freaking Tesla. Ooh, I hate her. Anyway, if anybody else is out there, say hi. Also, reminder to resubscribe or subscribe. Use your Twitch Prime, and also follow me on YouTube as well. I do not have a lot of people over there. I need a lot. I need like 400 and something more people over there to make it more lively. So let's do this. Armand makes us all cry and we keep coming back. Exactly. Listen, if anybody's going to make you cry, it might as well be me. I subscribed to your YouTube yesterday. Well, thank you, Miss Frank. I appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate that. And also, the fuck took you so long, man? I've been talking about this for months. But also, thank you for subscribing. I need to figure out other videos to put on there, but I don't want to do movie reviews, and I want to do like douchey stuff, you know. I don't want to do skits. Like I do my walk and talk every Friday, and then just basically dump this stuff over there. I figured I would have already been subbed. I thought you were, but I just assumed you were too. I didn't really look at it, but I think I need more content on it, but I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I also don't want to you're probably in front of that's probably true too. I don't want like that to be another I gotta do YouTube content, I gotta do funny pratfalls, I gotta do funny things or whatever. You could bedtime stories with Armand and just read each going, and that would be exciting, yeah. When we were in Philadelphia, we were going to go to lunch, me and Shelly. She's at the convention. She's across the street at the convention center, and they have like a walkway to the Marriott. And so she messaged me. She's like, hey, I'm heading back in a couple of minutes, and then we'll go to lunch together. Perfect. Sounds good. I haven't eaten. I mean, I ate a lot of candy bars and junk that she had brought back from the convention. And then it's like a half an hour goes by, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, she was so annoyed. She's like, I got stopped by a magician. And I said, what? She says, yeah. They had hired, the BOMA convention had hired a magician. And so he did magician things. My wife does not like magic. She is not a fan of magic at all. And which I think is hysterical. And so she got stopped by the magician who, I don't know what the hell, he pulled coins from her ears. Who knows what the hell he did. But she was just not happy that her of all people got stopped by the magician. Walkway to the Marriott was mean. Exactly, Frank. candy bars don't count is right. Yeah. So I always threaten her. I'm like, well, when Tom comes, I'm going to hand him a deck of cards. She's like, you better not. I swear I'll throw you and Tom out of my house. Does she yell at them to get away from her with their whiskey? She's like this. Be gone, Satan! No. She just gives the Shelley look of displeasure and then tries to, as nicely as possible, get away from them before they do an entire 45-minute act. She's not a fan. She's also not a fan of people playing music live. She's not a fan of, like, if Tommy Clark came, like, this year, she was like, I swear he better not bring his guitar with him. Because every time you've hung out somewhere at a convention or something, you say, Tommy has his guitar and he's playing. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not doing that at all. Magic is so delightful. She is not a fan at all. Like, at all. Which I think is hysterical. I'm like, were you attacked by a magician as a kid? Like I have a fear of dogs. I don't like dogs. I don't think I was ever attacked, but maybe as a kid I was attacked by a dog. I don't know. I don't like being around dogs. It makes me very uncomfortable. And she has the same reaction around people playing guitar or singing and magicians. My girlfriend loves magic, which I find odd. What's that thing you do with your magic wand, I think is what she's referring to. I'm not like I'm a huge fan of magic. Like I never like, oh, let me go watch a magician. I also don't hate it. I'm also not like, oh, this is awful. You know? Like, hey, I've seen some what's that guy? Chris whatever his name is. I've seen a couple of his specials. You know, Penn and Teller. I've seen some Penn and Teller. You better watch out, Nick. It gets weird when he pulls flowers out of it. Yeah, magic is not one of those things that I'm interested or not. Like when Josh Gates goes to the magic place there in L.A., whatever. Tom knows what I'm talking about. She was like, ugh. I'm like, what? They're just basically he's talking to somebody about something. It's not like people are doing magic tricks. Nothing like a party clown, you know. Magic Castle. There you go. When he went there. She was just not happy. Why are we wasting 5 minutes of this episode of him talking to a magician in the magician castle? It's funny stuff. If you really want to bother her, everybody be like, hey Tom, do some magic for us at MondoCon, and she will like, don't you dare. Tom, get out. And then we'll get rid of Tom. not a thing. John Wayne Gacy was actually wonderful when he wasn't raping and killing little boys. Yeah. Also Jennifer Lawrence there. She's pretty. Yeah, she is cute. And she also has a good sense of humor. I remember watching one of the John Wayne Gacy, not John Wayne Communale documentaries, the John Wayne Gacy documentary, and his sister was like, well, he didn't kill people dressed up as a clown. Like, that was her whole point. Yeah, I mean, he raped and tortured little boys and, boys and stuff, but not dressed as a clown. Like, I don't know if that makes it necessarily any better what he did. And how do you even know that he didn't at some point dress up like a clown and do that? You don't know. You weren't there, obviously. They had that, what's the chick that's married to Ryan Reynolds? Blake Lively. They had her shark movie on last week. And I only watched like the first 15 minutes again just to see her tight little butt in her bikini. And then I'm like, all right, I've seen this movie. Whoa. Cat just went nuts in the window. Oh, there's a lizard down there. You son of a bitch. I'll open this window and I'll let you attack it. That lizard's just fucking with you. What a jerk. What a jerk-off lizard that was. Wow. That lizard's like, psst. Yeah, there's glass between you and me, buddy. Was it KFCs he owned? How monstrous would he be? Last night, I go to bed. So my wife's not here, so I don't sleep well. And at one point, I woke up, and I had dreamed that I was in Roy Rogers' restaurant, and I walked up to the Fixins bar in my dream, and I had a couple of double R burgers, and there was nothing in the Fixins thing. All the trays were empty. And then I woke up because I had gone to Roy Rogers when we were heading back from Philly. And I thought, I'm going to classify this as a nightmare. That would be my nightmare. Finally getting to Roy Rogers every few years, and then the Fixins bar is empty. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Right? Isn't that a nightmare? You ever go to Roy Rogers, Frank? I don't know where there is one near you, but I would imagine in all of your worldly travels. Remember, we used to hit the one on the turnpike on the way back from the Meadowlands, on the way back from a Motley Crue concert. You would always go, and there'd be like 80,000 other people in line, and they would just basically have all the burgers in the trays, and you just grab it and walk up. Yeah, there was one in East Brunswick Mall we used to go to in high school. We had one in Middletown, New Jersey, where I grew up. We had one there, and it's like one of those things where we didn't go to it a lot, and now I'm like, man, if I could go back in time, like if I could go back in time, I'll be like, yeah, you know, it's somebody else go back in time and kill Hitler. I'm not doing it. I got to go to Austria. I'm not going to Austria. But I will go back to Middletown, New Jersey, when the Roy Rogers was there, and eat a bunch of times, and that shit was a lot cheaper than it is now, you know. And White Castle, I'd hit White Castle. I'd want to go back in time to White Castle when and get there a half an hour before Sebastian Bach comes in and starts fighting people, so I can get my food and then just sit in the corner and watch Sebastian Bach get into a fight in White Castle. These are things I want to do in life. So that's something I would seek out, to be honest. Right, and I'm thinking if I still lived up there, it would not be like one of those things like, oh, let's go to Roy Rogers, but because it's not here at all. Virginia, North Virginia, is where you start to see them. But White Castle I would miss, yeah. But one of those things where yeah. Now I'm hungry for Roy Rogers or White Castle. Great job. And Crystal is not White Castle. I don't care what anybody says. It is not the same thing at all. And there's nothing really Roy Rogers-esque. I do have to hit an In-N-Out Burger when I'm out west. You know, we went when we were in California, and I thought it was good, but it was not something like that I would ever go out of my way again. And I hope for the rest of my life I'm never on the West Coast ever again. Hopefully the next and only other time I will be on the West Coast is when we fly out to like Seattle, because then we're getting on a cruise ship to Alaska. We're doing like Alaskan cruise at some point. We were supposed to do it, but then COVID happened. So that would be my goal. Crystal is definitely not White Castle. I've never had Crystal. Okay, first off, Crystal with a K. But second off, it's like poor man's White Castle. The bread, it looks the same. Little square sliders, but the bread is different. The bread doesn't soak up the grease. You got to eat them like basically they hand you the bag at the drive-through. You have to immediately eat all the burgers there because they steam them and they get hard as a rock by the time you pull out of the parking lot. Not as good. It's mostly about ordering secret menu there. Double cheeseburger, animal style with extra pickle and onions. That was my In-N-Out order. White Rose system. Yeah, well, I eat everything plain, so I don't have to. My special order is put nothing on this burger. I want meat and cheese and bread. Nothing else. Tom, when you guys get here, we are planning Wednesday to go to Taco Lou's. So be prepared. Unless Jess is being a jerk and then she's not going. She'll stay home with the cats. Jess has been memorizing them. Good, very good. Looking forward to that. Another excuse for us to get out there. 'Cause I can't do it now because my wife's never home. Her sister always mentions, "Oh, we should go," and I'm like, "No." Her sister had her stomach stabled, whatever the hell that thing is. So she like takes little bites of stuff, and then the whole dinner you're with her, she doesn't shut up talking about her dumb stuff, and then it takes her like 2 hours to eat. And I'm like, I don't want to do that in a place that I like, and they're gonna remember, oh, this is the guy who the waitress was like, oh, this guy sat here for 2 hours, and I could have turned this table over 4 times. No thanks. Petra Emery, just passing by for support. Good luck with today's load of work, and don't forget to visit some. Definitely will. You keep getting on when I'm not in the house. I have other stuff, but I keep getting the emails that you were on. I would definitely hang out and do some writing on your Twitch channel as well while you're on. I appreciate you popping in. Appreciate you saying hi. Tom says, I'm like I've memorized it, and then when she asks me any question, I just say scallop taco. I mean, you can't beat the scallop taco. The $10. I do a scallop taco, a blackened shrimp taco, and the $10 taco, which is only $5, but they call it the $10 taco, and it's like meat, like steak or something like that. Those are my 3 tacos. I'll look at the menu. I don't know why, because I just ordered those 3 because those are my favorites. But of course, I don't put any of the crema or any of that stuff on it. So it will be delicious. Delicious. And I think on Wednesday Shelly is going to do some food shopping. So Jess will probably go with her so they can talk crap about us, which is fine. Then you and I could stay home for an hour and get some writing in on Wednesday. How's their hot sauce? I don't. Tom, did you try their hot sauce? So if you were guys who were coming in, it's good, not hot, but tasty good. At least if it's not hot, at least it tastes good. If you guys were coming in early, like you would be here for Tuesday night for dinner. We would not go for tacos because Taco Tuesday is insane over there. But there's a southern buffet place about a half an hour away in Callahan that is very good that I want to go back to. My wife's not big on buffets, but I'm like, well, if Tom's here early, we're going to the buffet. Fried chicken, they do shrimp, they do fish, they do all kinds of really good stuff. Probably hot for the lay folk. Yeah, I would probably burn my mouth on that. And you would just sit there and laugh and point like you were the devil. Like, devil point. What are you... My wife bought a hammock for my window here. So Maisie's been sitting on this hammock. Like, I'll get up in the morning and she's already in my office. She hops the gate and she's in my office with her head under the blinds looking out there. But there's lizards running around out there, and her tail is banging around. I don't know if you can hear the tapping noise, but her tail keeps hitting the metal. And every now and then, if I move my knee, I get swiped by it. If it ever gets cooler than 150,000 degrees out, I'm going to open the windows, and then the lizards will stop climbing all over the screens, because then the cats will be able to get to them. Lizard hibachi. Yep. I'll be honest with you, this cat would just eat that lizard raw. She's still, because she was born in the wild. So every now and then, I'm like, what is she banging around on? I'm like, oh, there's like a bug in the house or something. Go, oh, there's a giant beetle. And then she'll bite the beetle and eat it. Like, stop eating, we feed you. Stop eating bugs. That's just disgusting. Because then your poop is disgusting because you've eaten bugs. Just gross. Alright, I'm wrapping this up. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I got probably about 600-700 words in. And I will write more. My goal is 1,500 to 2,000 words a day on all of the projects that I need to do going forward. I will more than likely be on tomorrow, depending on what happens with my wife. If my sister-in-law actually gets in the car and leaves early and my wife is gone, I will be on Twitch. If my wife is home, obviously I'll be hanging out with my wife. And Sunday I will not be on. Sunday we're supposed to go down and see my mom and hang out with her. So if nothing else, I will definitely see everybody on Monday. So thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great weekend. Get your writing in. Get some stuff done. Nick, feel free to propose to your girlfriend and tell her you want several kids. I think she's earned it. All right, everybody. I will talk to you sometime.